and it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, my mic is working. Great. Yeah, welcome back to Challenger Tier. Together with Bats again this time round. Half the grid present, just about. And, yeah. It's Miami.
Be a spicy one.
Yeah.
Do we have any form of what the weather's going to be like? Do we have any
Oh,
indications?
no,
This
you
year?
don't get that as a spectator.
That's a bit annoying. That'd be good if we could. At least, like, it says what the current weather is and not, you know, so we can be spectating and feed information. But, yeah, so we've got Nitro, I believe, as the first one coming out on track. Followed by Menopf.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, everybody's just trying to get out of this ASAP. It does look a little grayish here, right? There is a tool that allows you to show wetness and forecast, I believe. Actually, I can try to look. Live timings. Oh, yeah. Actually, in the tool, I can see 14% rain, and it's like 28 degrees out and 37 degrees track temperature.
Yeah, that's cool. We still need to get me into the tool.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I was not aware that Access was not properly working right now.
To be fair, I think it was all sorted and set up just before I left for my holiday, so then...
Yeah, I think so too. It was like pretty easy when Seagull was actually like around and
it's relatively easy, it's just a case of getting it done. Yeah, so I got Nitro coming up on the back straight, about to set the first lap of the session. Optimistic, I'd say, maybe not optimistic, maybe more realistic, of the Racing Bulls being 1-2 at the end of this.
Oh, I mean, they had a decent fight with the McLarens last time around. Unfortunately, Catalina is not there today, who could have given them a real run for their money, especially on the home track. At least the other American with DJ is here for McLaren to spice it up a little. I do think, I'm not sure if Nitro or Ocean said it, but we might see them subbing in for Elite as well. Because there is a couple of more drivers signed up there right now. But it's still, I think, like only 16, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 16 or maybe 17 at the current moment. Let me double check for you. Yeah, so we got 16 check-ins, and then 4 declined, which doesn't make the full grid. Oh, but we lost some people, didn't we? Due to other commitments they had.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got...
Like being at the F1 track, for example.
Well, yeah.
Seagull
and
is at
Brendan
Silverstone.
Yeah, Seagull and Brendan are both at Silverstone right now.
Yeah.
So you got 4 seats. That some of these drivers, if they're up for the challenge, they can jump in and give it a go. Ocean has hit the wall at the chicane section of, I believe, turn 14.
Oh wow, okay.
So them being a 1-2 is out of the question. So I think the favorite might be Nitro today. I'd like to see maybe Fabian or maybe even DJ up the front as well. That'd be a nice start. So we've got a 2-second gap from, well, maybe more, 1.5 seconds between 2 and 3. So pace is relatively different.
Yeah. I mean, it's still the first laps. Who would I expect to do a little better? I do honestly expect a little bit more by Daddy at least. I think Psycho was up there in like the P5 to 6 area, like behind the 4 McLarens and Racing Bulls last weekend, so
Yeah.
I do expect a little bit of an improvement from him as well. Fabian could shine here. There's still some of the Ascension drivers here, the Alpines namely, who are probably going to be fighting around that last point position. Or rather, fighting to not get last. But yeah, I'm not sure what Tianche can cook these days.
Going P3. The thing with this track is it is one of the new LiDAR scan tracks for this game as well. Makes certain areas of it a little bit more drivable and a little bit better, but I'd also say this track in general is usually hated, might be a bit of a stretch, but strongly disliked by quite a lot of
To be
the people
fair,
in the league.
from what I've read in the Discord, most people were saying, well, they hated the track before, but they liked driving it a lot more on this game. So,
It is definitely a drastic improvement from the previous two. 23 was horrible, it was genuinely like you were driving a shopping cart. This game, not so much, and we've got DJ, I believe, starting his second flying lap now.
Yeah, Jimsky saying in the chat as well, it's much better this time around. Yeah, Herbie is, I think, on his first lap still.
A lot of battery usage for being...
Okay, yeah, that was somehow valid. Yeah, 2 seconds down though. I mean, I guess it's to be expected. I would have expected him to be around the, like, 130s as well.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he has already driven a lap. That's why he's so low on battery.
I have just double checked as well. Corner cutting is on strict, so yeah, don't understand why that one was valid.
I mean, he lost a lot of time, so he was probably not super quick through there anyways.
So we got DJ on the back straight now. Let's see how much of an improvement he can make. I missed the sector times as he was going through his lap.
I think he was like 1.5 tenths up. Might be an improvement for provisional pole here. Not the greatest apex hit there, but
no, not the greatest. And I believe a boring.
Yeah, rain forecast is continuously going down as well. It's only at 11% at this point. That's kind of cool. I need to have like the tool open on second screen more often.
We've got Psycho. Oh no, Psycho's coming in.
I can also talk about
on a lap.
Herbie's tire life because he's the only one with shared information. But yeah, these outlap, qualifying lap, and in-lap cost him 12% of his soft tire.
Yeah, this track is very hard on the tires. I believe you could probably get away with a one-stop in Challenger, but in Elite, you're most likely going to see us going for 2 stops. Depending on what tires we use in...
Also interesting thing is it does track the speed trap. And Nitro's by far having the greatest top speed. With 300
coming up to the line now, where's it going to put him? P9.
Yep.
So he's not had a great lap there. I did notice at the chicane section he kind of went a little bit deep, so maybe lost him a second or two there.
Oh, Fabian has rejoined. Yes. Oh damn! I can even see that here as well.
I have left the lobby open. It's not like
yeah, honestly, I feel like we had it like once where some random guy joined, but like it's not usually happening.
I wish there was a way for you to be able to kick people in game. I know you can do it in the lobby, but you can't do it in game. For example, situations like Ninja Extremo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who have we got on a lap? It's Tiencha on a lap. She is indeed.
Nitro is also just gonna end his lap. Might be an improvement for his pull time here even.
So,
Yep, half a second quicker. That is quite the jump.
so Tiencha is 9/10 faster at the end of Sector 1 there.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she has a lot of ground to make up still.
Yeah, still quite a lot. Might still just be P6. We'll see how the exit and the chicane section and the exit of the final hairpin goes as well.
Yeah.
So nice line through the
That's
chicane there.
invalidated though.
Ah,
Cut across a little bit too much. Daddy is also on an invalid lap right now. Menep has improved by 1.2 seconds just now. That is E3
I have
for him
noticed
now.
that my track map isn't on, which is why I didn't realize the
Ah,
invalidation.
okay,
so
yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, that was a nice
You're
line.
saying like, oh yeah, nice line through the chicane. She completely cuts across it.
Yeah.
Herbie is off track there as well. That is invalid. Okay, people are getting there with the top speeds. The Nitro is the fastest in the speed trap with 345 kph. Most of the others are like at 335 to 338. So he's like almost 10 kilometers quicker on straight lines compared to everybody else.
I would imagine running relatively low wings.
Yeah, must be, honestly. It can't be any other way.
So
Maybe he
DJ
had a
has gone
slipstream.
fastest sector 2. I don't know if that's a personal best or session best. This game
Who?
has a tendency to bug that. DJ
Oh, DJ, yeah.
is currently fastest in sector 2, but has no battery left, so I don't know if he'll get
No,
it.
it's fine, honestly. I think he's making it to the line. He was 0.5 up after sector 2, so it is in the range of best overall.
And
Oh, he didn't hit it.
improvement by 4/10, but still not enough. Still 2/10 behind. We got Fabian on his lap 2.
Oh, okay. Asuna must have
So
spun in the pit
Asuna's-
lane or something, or waited there maybe.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Asuna there. This game is rather unforgiving when it does, things like disqualifications.
Grabostic was also half a second up. Yanneman once more being washed in quali, as he's already beaten by half a second by Nitro. But then again, this might be one of these issues where it's like time trial is slower than quali mode.
Yeah.
Oh, and the 0.8 improvement.
Oh no! So Fabian's hit the wall at the chicane and lost a lot of time. He's hit the wall. He's had a snap of oversteer on the right hand. He is on the back straight. Let's see where this can put him. Hopefully it didn't cost him too much.
I mean,
still.
He's probably gonna get one more chance if he goes in immediately. Actually, he will probably get another chance if he finishes the lap as well. It doesn't look like front wing damage, so...
No. So P6, so 128.9. So he could definitely be in the 27s if he gets a solid lap together. So yeah, we got Nitro coming out for a third run, which honestly I don't know if it's worth it.
You are not gonna drive the soft tire either way, probably, so...
Well, yeah, to be fair, but...
And I think they even have enough...
of a safety car.
But they do have enough tires anyways, no? Do they not have like another additional soft set, fresh? For race only? I feel like it's like you get one...
it depends.
3
It
softs
depends on their allocation, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, but I think you can choose like 3 softs, 1 medium for quali, and then you get an extra soft, medium, hard for the race.
It's just unfortunate Fabian has just nailed the chicane. got like a really good line through it, and obviously this is a cooldown lap.
Yep. Running out of fuel, so he's gonna get back into the pits to get one more
He's
lap
still
in.
got, yeah, he's still got enough time. I'd
Yeah.
say maybe 2.5 minutes is.
Yeah, probably. Like,
I'd
I
say the
guess you
cut-off.
take a minute or so in the pits. But
It'll
Daddy,
take
it
about 30, 40
might be
seconds,
close, actually. Oh, but Daddy's
Yeah.
just staying out and driving again, I guess.
So Tiencha's on an out lap. I'm not too sure if this is on purpose, but was using battery on the out lap.
Yeah, I mean, in Challenger, people tend to fumble a little bit with the ERS management. I've heard, like, the actual strat is to put ERS on medium and not on hot lap, and use it accordingly where it's needed instead, like with overtake. And I think, like, barely anybody is doing that. Maybe Nitro is, because I think he found out when Seagull talked about it as well.
Yeah. So Tiencha is a second up. So it's going to be a 29-1 in her P7 so far. We can get another half a second maybe. We ahead of Fabian. So Fabian might not manage to make another run.
He needs to come out right meow.
Like, it'll be really close if he came out now, but I don't think he's got the time to get round.
I mean, you
Especially
can
if he
cut a
comes
lot of track.
So, he is coming out now. It's going to be very close though. Just because of the added time of coming out of the pits.
Daddy is not making improvements.
Tiencha looks to be getting a solid lap together here. What are we going to get? So 5/10. So lost about half a second somewhere after Sector 1.
Nitro is out right now for last hot lap, I think, as well.
Fabian saying rescanning the track made the chicane even tighter.
To be fair, I feel like this chicane just does not fit in a F1 track. It's like so forced and unnatural.
In this game, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard
it might
people
be.
say it's less tight. I've heard people say it's, you know, harder or whatever. But I think the elevation on this game and like kind of like the line you can take through it is way more forgiving than previous games.
I mean, fair.
That's my personal personal take on it, though. So of course, could totally be talking out my ass. But yeah, so we've got everyone coming round, and we've got
Nitro's going in.
For me, I can't see the timer, so I don't know how much.
Actually, it's I can see it in the tool. It's 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5.
He's just
4,
made it.
3. Yeah.
He's just gotten across. That is impressive.
Yeah, and he's the last one to do so.
Nice
so let's look at someone else first here. DJ should be... No, he's on 100% ERS. Whatever he planned, he is not doing it. Jabostic is pretty much even. Slight improvement in Sector 1. So there's still everything in it for him here.
So Fabian's gone 5/10
and that's
quicker
the
in Sector 1.
invalidation. Manup is half a second down, so it's only Fabian.
Yep, Fabian's the last one to set a lap here. Let's hope you can take the chicane perfect. A bit twitchy on the entry.
That's a little bit deep.
Ooh, big lock up. Could have cost him a lot of time there. See on the.
Oh, still
so
0.5.
Half a tenth up. Yeah, so still half a second.
Yeah, a good hairpin
could
could get him Psycho at least. He needs like an extra 10th.
Yeah. What he needs to do is not use and now use his battery on the exit. take a very tight leg into the first corner, last corner, sorry.
I did not see if he still got him there. I think 6th is still behind.
Just rewatching the stream.
Yeah, it's still behind. I'm watching the
Yeah.
tool. He did improve.
Damn.
But
By
yeah.
10th and 300s.
Yeah. So, yeah, Nitro on pole is not the biggest surprise. DJ is sort of close behind, and honestly, surprisingly close.
Sorry. At what point do we consider moving Nitro to Elite?
It's not like he is unmatched, really. Like,
Well,
his quali
to be
pace
fair,
is much better than his race pace.
Mhm.
And, like, as said, like, usually okay, I mean, it's unfortunate that it's only 2 teams, but, like, McLaren and Racing Bulls, like, all of them are on the level. And even Jabostek here is only 2/10 down, so if he did not invalidate his last attempt, which was, I think, a 10th up already, it may have looked different.
So in terms of podium, who do you think, who's your money on today?
Honestly, I think, like, given that Ocean started from the back and, like, Catalina is not there, and that's, like, 2 big contenders, I feel like there could be something in it for Psycho or Fabian, maybe. I would be surprised if Nitro is, I wouldn't say bottling it again. It wasn't that bad last time, really, but, like, McLaren was super strong last weekend, so, we'll see. Like, I feel like DJ is probably the favorite to win it for me, personally.
Well, I kind of have to be a little bit biased, and obviously I'm McLaren in the Elite tier, so I'm gonna say DJ as well.
Yeah, okay.
I'll let you take the start as well.
Who readied
So,
up? FFS?
formation lap starting.
Honestly, I did not see
Psycho
how
not
long
moving?
that was, but Psycho is complaining about it being too early.
Yeah, I can't lie, I totally didn't realize.
So, we have
We
a
can,
lot of medium runners. I mean, if someone records, we may figure it out somehow, but yeah. It's hard to report.
If anyone watching wants to make a clip.
I don't think you see
anything,
as a spectator at all who readies up when.
Well, yeah.
I think you used to
with...
on old games.
It used to come up on the top right, the same kind of ready up bar.
Like it's in the loading screen where you see who has loaded or not. Well, Nitro on hards may have been a generational fumble already.
So he's gonna need to make sure he's getting his tires up to temperature, because those...
Yeah, I'm fairly certain he's losing P1 at the start.
The 5 behind him, sorry, are gonna have the opportunity to have a way better start and get that turn 1.
Yeah, I don't think he makes it through turn 1 in P1, but yeah, we'll see. Last time around, I think it did not work out super great for him neither with the mirrored strategy, but
yeah,
I personally like to do these as well because I just prefer not going to the worst tire later. Like this, your car will feel like better and better throughout the race instead of when you pit, you just have like less grip.
Yeah. Speaking of tires though, so we've got Nitro, Deddy, and Ocean all starting on the hards. Deddy's favourable strategy is starting on softs and going to the hards lap 2. Everyone else, DJ, Jabostik, Menop, Psycho, Fabian, Tientia, Herbie, and Asuna are all on the medium tires. They're going to have the advantage of the earlier stages of the laps, but as the race goes on, grip levels are going to drop, and the hards are going to come into play. So we've got 3 people missing their grid boxes as well.
Well. Let's see what's going on here. Lights are going on. And They're out.
And they're off.
Yeah, let's look at the starts. Jabostic got a banger start apparently. DJ really messed up his start, losing a lot of ground already. Contact there in turn 1, Jabostic into P2. And DJ recovers P3 at least. Psycho looking around the outside. But Fabian on the inside here takes P4 away. And I think, was Daddy losing 2 positions? Or did somebody lose? I feel like there was someone in between there. Menup maybe?
I will give you a... DJ's lost positions and 1 position, sorry, and Menop has lost 3, Tiencha losing 3 as well.
Oh yeah, Tiencha last there. So yeah, these two,
so
the
Fabian
big...
with the most gains so far of 2 positions.
Yeah, and Nitro, honestly, I did not see that going so well for Nitro here.
I think DJ maybe tried to protect the lap, and we've got Tiencha, I believe?
Yep, Tiencha with a spin.
Tiencha's...
Can't really tell whether or not it's unforced or not, but given the fact that she was last, she at least didn't get rear-ended.
She was like a second behind, I think, so I don't think it was anything. I think it's just maybe going a little deep or spinning or... But yeah, I think with the start, DJ was probably more focused on defending from Jabostic, who got a really good start. So that's probably why he didn't try and make the move on Nitro there.
Yeah, Ocean already passed
fast,
both the Alpines and, well, Tiencha.
So DJ goes for a move on the inside and gets past Jabostic on turn 1. And Jabostic's now facing Fabian right in his gearbox. Could be an interesting fight.
Yeah, Fabian, of course, we've seen it in the quali laps, not super confident in the chicane, but seems to have the track down pretty much everywhere else. It's also not his first rodeo around here, so we'll see what he can do with Jabostic. Jabostic is losing big time to the leaders here.
So I'm just spectating Menop, and might be a little concerned for him, as his fuel light is already yellow.
I mean...
So I don't know what... I can't remember what the yellow one means. But
yellow one means there is a surplus of, I think, less than 0.5 laps or so.
Okay.
Yeah. May have to lift and coast.
Well.
Bro, this was such an obnoxious era of Formula 1 games, though, when you had to swap your fuel mix every turn to play optimally. Oh my god, Psycho with the Giga Send.
So Ocean going for a move and hitting Menop. That was maybe not the best of ideas.
Yeah, someone lost the front wing there around Psycho, Daddy, Jabostic, maybe, Menop even.
I believe it's Jabostic.
That's...
Just spectating both the Haas, trying to figure it out.
No, it's actually Psycho. Psycho has lost his right end plate.
Yeah.
Let's see, maybe Jabostic as well.
My bad. I think just the shadows.
Yeah, it's hard to see really.
So yeah, no, both the Haas drivers still got full wings.
Yeah.
As you said, Psycho now has missing right end plate.
Yeah, and Menop,
I believe in the left-hand corners.
Goes through. I'm not sure where exactly.
I believe it's left. I think the right helps with left and the left helps with right because it's pushing or whatever. I can't remember it specifically. So.
Okay, Yaneman saying
the wall in the chicane.
Yellow fuel just means that you are in the minus in general. When you're in the minus at the last, when you are less than 1 lap of fuel in the tank, it gets red.
So Nitro is really trying to stay ahead. He's used nearly all of his battery. He's now back up to about 10%, and even then, that's, you know, once you go below 15%, the engine mode kind of changes, and you have, I think it's about 100 less, 200 less horsepower or something.
No, that's too much. That's like 20% of the entire car. I don't even think the ERS gives you much more than 100. Psycho is pitting for a new wing also. Jabostic had a little send on Fabian, but Fabian did a great little switchback maneuver to go back ahead.
I can't remember the whole thing, but when you go below, I think it's 15%, you do lose like a relative amount of power.
Yeah. You lose some, but you recover more. That's like sort of the deal, I guess.
Yeah. And so Psycho, the first one with a 3-second warning for track limits there.
And Jabostic with a little bit of a send on Fabian again. That's honestly a fine one. I think Fabian is going to come back with a move here. He already... Oh, Herbie with a DNF.
So that's going to bring out the first safety car of the session. Hopefully the last.
First safety car of the Challenger tier even, I think. I don't think we've had safety car in Challenger yet. That's unfortunate for Fabian. He was just about to send a move around Jabostic, but... So, who's pitting? Fabian is coming in.
Lap 4, I don't know if that's maybe too early.
If
everyone else stays
a
out.
Stretch. I mean, everybody behind kind of got the memo and is like, oh yeah, sure, we try this as well. Yencha staying out.
Suna coming in.
I mean, Herbie, I can only see Herbie stat again, but his mediums were on 28% at the time of his demise.
Yeah, so anything above 25%, you're going to start losing the grip. And with a very, I'd say maybe aggressive track on the tires, that's going to just get worse. And then if you're in dirty air, low grip, you're just going to lose the car. Especially in the section that happened, takes a lot of control in there. So Jimsky's saying staying out's not good. So we could see a shake-up of the front.
Tires die here about
restart.
2/10 a lap, so like 3/10 on 35%.
Yeah.
So they will be like 1.5.
Safety car restart.
Okay.
From Nitro. As you said, yeah, first Challenger tier safety car.
I mean, Nitro has been sort of on top of Challenger tier before, and I think it's not his first rodeo with the safety car restart neither.
No, it's definitely not.
So
after a while though, it can be a bit daunting if you've not done it in so long. But...
I've been saying Sector 2 is my least favorite part of any track this season, and I have died to prove it. Honestly, I kinda, like, as I said before, I kinda hate this chicane, but it just feels like it doesn't belong in like, this is such an atypical turn.
There are so many other ways that you can make that corner. Like, they have so much space around.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's obviously the overpass and stuff there. But even if, instead of that little, like, chicane part, if you come out of that big, long right-hander...
You could just round it out.
Go straight across.
Yeah.
You can just go straight across.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need the chicane.
Yeah, I think it's like just to add a little bit of artificial technical bits of the track. Like, which is like, yeah, okay, cool. It makes it more technical, it makes it harder, but does it make it better?
They've got so much space in and around turn 1 that they could even change the entire way that turn 1 happens. Like, they could make it go left and then double back on itself as well. That could give you some technicality in the track.
I mean, turn 1 is like super fine, I feel. Like, that's like a flowing...
Good, that they can... There is space.
It's
there
built
as well,
in a parking lot, ultimately. Like, they can just do the track how they want, sort of.
Exactly.
Like, they kind of don't... They can't go through the pillars, I guess, of the intersection there, or like the... highway. But, like, other than that, they just go wherever.
There's so many other ways they could have done this. I think the original track layout was maybe a little bit better.
I don't think I've ever seen the original track layout. I only know this one.
I think it was going to be in a different location as well.
Oh yeah, that might be.
I think it was going to go across a bridge.
Dude, do you mean like the one in where they were in the actual city? Like by the river?
Maybe. I think so, maybe.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair. Well, regardless, we're having a safety car restart.
Yeah. So they can now overtake as soon as they get past that start-finish line.
Yep. Yeah, Jimsky's saying the chicane is better than before, not as tight as it used to be. Yeah, but still, like, it fucking sucks. Like, I don't know. I can relate to Herbie saying that, because, like, that's probably, apart from the entire circuit of Monaco, and maybe the castle section, but that, like, kinda
like
has style. But, like,
I like Monaco.
Nah, bro.
I don't think we should ever do it in the league again. Like, this is just a bad idea.
Dude, we've watched...
But I do like doing it.
Matty Up and I did watch DTM today, and they were driving at the Norris Ring, which is like a 35-second long track, and when you pit, you get lapped pretty much, and it's just pure chaos. It's like the baby park of racetracks.
Yeah,
I feel like F1 should race there. That would be content.
So I think Psycho definitely is using the advantage here, trying to get as much positions as possible. Very cool helmet design as well from Psycho. It's something that I know not a lot of people really care about in these games. I'm one that does. I change my helmet every week.
Oh, okay.
I have like an ongoing thing with my girlfriend. She'll pick the colors, I'll make the helmet.
Oh my god, DJ into the wall, lost his front wing. I was just about to say, well, DJ kinda matched it to the McLaren as well. I am not entirely sure where that was a safe re-entry, but well, Ocean is now up to P4 already.
Yeah, I've just seen it on the stream there, as it's got a slight delay.
I mean, I guess DJ kind of, like, still got away very well, because he just lost his front wing right in front of the pits, and it's just about where you could probably comfortably pit for Hards anyways. But it's still gonna lose him like 10 seconds or 15 even.
Yeah, it's essentially like I'm Karun and I have the replays here, because I'm seeing them on the stream obviously after we are seeing them in the game.
Yeah.
And watching the spin from DJ there, and I guess the rejoin, I think he technically does not go onto the racing line.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
It is a little bit sketchy, but I think, you know...
I mean, he executed it well enough, I guess. Like,
yeah, definitely.
If he does, like, any wrong there, he's, like, causing a pile-up. But, yeah, he spins the car pretty much in place.
Yeah.
And I guess that's okay. Fabian has gotten the first one back after his pitting, so even if he was to pit again, I think this is already worth it to pit under safety car, or has been worth it.
Yeah, so drivers still left to stop in this race are Nitro, Jabostic, Ocean, Deddy, and Tiencha. Everyone else has done a one stop so far. I'm not 100% convinced they can make it to the end, even if they're on hards.
They probably can.
DJ might be able to, as he's one lap old on the hards. Everyone else, especially Deddy,
I mean,
obviously Deddy still needs to pit, but him, Ocean, and Nitro are all on 8 laps.
It's been 3 laps under safety car, though, right? Surely, like, the tire wear is not that horrible then, no? Like, they may not come over the line fast.
It all depends on what they've put their tires through. Obviously, Tiencha's probably going to have a lot more wear than Jabostic, just because Tiencha's had some spins and snaps. And, you know, we've seen quite a few.
Tire wear is bad. Okay, yeah, fair.
We've seen quite a few things that could add to the graining and the degradation of the mediums for Tientia. So I'd say Jabostic probably has slightly better, but it's probably going to be marginal as well. Just
Jabostic into the pits.
Jabostic
Fabian
following
passed
really close.
Ocean here.
Yeah. So Fabian, if he can stay out for the rest of this, and Tientia with a 10-second penalty for speeding.
That's pain.
Yeah.
And 50%.
So yeah, if Fabian can stay in for the rest of this race, the Racing Bulls are gonna have to go through traffic to get back to the front anyway.
Yeah.
So if he can hold it off, this could be Fabian's.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to like keep up the pace to an extent at least. Dimski's saying in 50% you can do 9 laps of medium and then tires are dead. So Jabostic going rather far with his set here, making it to 9 laps as well. But I guess like again, 3 laps of safety car.
But the problem is, how do we?
Ocean is doing a lot of work for Nitro there with the blocking.
So yeah, Deddy still needs to come in, and he's got Psycho 3/10 behind him. So the issue there is when Deddy pits, he is going to lose a fair amount of positions. Could possibly come out at the back. To be fair, everyone's going to get points as long as they finish the race.
Yep.
Which is, I guess, good to not maybe take too much of a gamble. But,
yeah, but
you know,
like double the points is double the points between P9 and P10.
Exactly. You're always going to want to try and get as much of the points as you can. So it's... Yeah, and then that's Psycho now with 6 seconds worth of penalties pushing him. If the race finishes like this, he will be P7. So he'll only lose 1 position so far, which is not bad at all, but it's also not that great either.
Fabian might stay ahead of Ocean here, which would be great for him.
I mean, Ocean's fighting on 10-lap-old hards.
Yeah, but I think Ocean and Nitro have the most top speed setup.
Yeah.
So like you can really see how much they gain on the straight, and usually Ocean was just getting Fabian back and then holding him off for that middle sector.
Yeah. So Ocean using all of the battery in the back straight there as well. So he's now got that loss of power we were talking about earlier. Make it a little bit
Daddy in the
harder.
pits. And so is Nitro.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see Ocean coming in end of this lap.
Yeah, they
So
were
we've got 8
too
laps
close
left.
to double stack anyways, and Ocean is now really losing against Fabian.
Yeah, so what we need from Fabian is he needs to make these... Oh, and Ocean now with a 3-second penalty as well. So we need Fabian to keep these tyres from getting too much damage. And honestly,
DJ
just try and pull these next 8 laps.
DJ
on
with
the same
another
tyre.
front wing
Yeah.
exchange has found the wall seemingly again. So that's my race winner prediction down the drain.
Yeah, same.
Oh my god, Fabian is drifting. He may just have to
Yeah.
pit as well, like if that's what we're looking
Yeah.
at. If it was a mistake,
I mean,
fair,
yeah.
but
The thing is if Fabian still has an extra set of mediums, he could come in ahead of Ocean here, and then
yeah, of
essentially
Ocean,
the top
yeah.
3 are still fighting.
Well, he's gonna
so the
lose
top 3 would
against
still be-
Nitro. It's like really a question of whether or not you want to
Yeah.
try and go to the end.
So he's staying out, and Ocean.
Ocean's coming in, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a penalty might be coming towards Ocean there.
Or cutting.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Fabian should box now. Jimsky's saying. Ferrari strategy in the chat. I mean,
obviously,
it's
I'm not
7
go
laps though, right?
It.
7 laps and it's like 14 seconds. Does Nitro really gain 2 laps? 2 seconds per lap?
He's on fresh mediums though, so maybe.
Yeah, but he's also in
pull.
traffic. Okay, I mean, Asuna is not having the best line here. I think that's going to be easy work.
So yeah, Fabian's going to really start to struggle in the next couple of laps. I can see him having maybe 2 or 3 laps and then the tires just completely falling off.
We'll see.
Is there anything on the tool about tire percentages?
No, it's only when you have shared telemetry on yourself, and the only one having that option is Herbie, and Herbie is DNF'd. I mean, but he was only like on... he was on 28% in lap 3, so yeah, I guess 10% per lap on the medium is a conservative guess. Though Herbie likes drifting a lot as well, so might be less.
Yeah. Nitro with the fastest lap, 130.6.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I'd say relatively good. Only one closest to that is Jabostic with a 31.0. So almost half a second faster for Nitro there. He is on relatively new tires, so it's good.
Oh wait, I see Jabostic is driving no assists as well.
DJ's now just taking that from...
I'm just taking looks into the pool, tool. And it's like crazy the amount of stats we get there. But basically,
yeah.
I need to wait for updates on lap time still, because last completed lap by Nitro is apparently still his pit lap in there.
One second. So we got one. So yeah, looks like Chalet will be finished around about on the hour.
1.5 minutes times 5 is probably 7.5 minutes. Yeah, I guess so.
It's like 6.5 minutes or something. I just did the math now. Which means I can probably stay.
Yeah, I mean, leave whenever you want.
Yeah, as soon as it gets to what will be 7 PM for me, 8 for you, I will need to go quickly do my. It sounds stupid, but I have some things I do before every race.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so
just get me in the food and stuff. So.
Pace for Nitro is currently 130.5 per lap. Fabian is driving 32.6. So it would indicate a roughly a 10-second gain in the remaining laps, or rather an 8-second gain from here on out, because the lap is like already almost over.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close. I feel like it's possible, but it's gonna be very hard.
The thing that could be happening here is Menop is also on the same amount of laps of tires as Fabian. Nitro is gaining, but he's also not gaining. So it could be when he gets to Menop might have a little bit of less grip and cause some problems for Nitro getting past.
Last lap by Nitro was also a 32.2, so only 0.4 quicker than Fabian.
Yeah, and he's fluctuating between 1.9 to 2.1 behind Menop. So,
To be fair, he's
I'm
only
not-
set free for like half a lap. I do think he's gonna catch Menop rather quickly. But he may like take another lap or so. The question is,
Yeah.
how hard are the hards dropping off in comparison? Because I feel like mediums, if we trust the Herbie scale at least, take about 8% per lap, so they will be approaching the 40s right around now. But then the hards are probably like well within the 60s now at this point.
yeah. So, end of Sector 2, Menop was only about 4/10 down on his last lap, I believe. Or, I don't know, is that his fastest lap?
He's about 6/10 down of his PB.
Yeah,
The
so-
entire lap was like a second down of his PB. 33 flat, whereas Nitro's driving 31.5. Fabian drove a 32.7. So it's still like 1.8 seconds that Nitro has gained on Fabian. But it's getting a little bit less.
Yeah,
He's probably
fair,
gonna
with-
make a move
as
here
long-
though, right? DRS long straight should be easy enough.
most likely, yeah. I don't think he'll catch him here. Maybe the last DRS straight. I think he'll get relatively close, but not get him on this one.
Yeah, okay. I mean, honestly, I felt like towards the end these guys gained so much on these straights, but
Yeah.
was not enough here. Oh, Jabostic and Psycho battling here. Jabostic with a really good session overall here, good qualifying, and now back to P4. A little bit of alternate strategy as well. He may even be threatening Menop at this point, because he doesn't need to overtake him, of course.
Menop is burning every ounce of battery he has. And I think Nitro is gonna... Okay, he's gonna hold off on the move here, so he might get him into turn 1.
Yes, barely any
And most
ERS.
yeah, he's gonna get him into turn 1. Both of them are 0 battery, so no one can really push. So Nitro going for the move, makes it. So he's
Okay.
staying, yeah, so keeping position there.
Clean enough. Just about 3 laps now, and well, last lap was a 33.2 for no, was a 32 flat, so it's a second per lap quicker. If we would say that the DRS and overtaking thing did not hold off Nitro too much.
Yeah, I mean, Jabostic is gaining relatively quick as well.
Yeah, Jabostix is already net P3. Menop has a 3-second time penalty. As long as
Yeah,
Jabostic
so as long
doesn't
as he
bottle
can-
it.
yeah.
And I mean, even Nitro, no, Ocean has a 3-second penalty, so shouldn't be too worried about being overtaken by the
Yeah.
quicker Racing Bull.
So, yeah, as you were saying about more or less 2 laps now for Fabian as he's come to the end
Yeah.
of this one. A 5.7 gap. It's doable. It would be really close at the end, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, Nitro pretty
not
much,
ruling it
apart
out.
from turn 1, right? He drove a lap in free air, right? So,
Yeah, more or less.
and he drove
Yeah,
a
and he's also got some
32.5
free air
now, and Fabian drove a 32.6. He's been around
Yeah, so
that
they're kind of-
32 mid-pace for the entirety of, like, the last 5 laps or so. So it does not really look
Yeah.
like his tires are dropping.
Just managing, I guess.
Yeah, it seems so, yeah.
I will say, as little grip as I know this track has, as annoying as it is to drive, the amount of times I've seen everyone spin in any of the practice sessions we've been doing, to only have one DNF and a couple other incidents where some drivers have maybe hit the wall or anything, it's relatively good to see very little incidents as well. If we went back a couple of seasons in older Challenger tier, we had the safety car guaranteed at least once a race, so
Yeah.
the skill level is definitely coming up.
Is the group the same as Mexico? I'm not entirely sure. I think I've read, at least in the Discord, that people were saying at least it's not as bad as in Mexico, but still pretty bad.
I think it's relatively on par in like the grand scheme of like if you just put all the tracks into like, like a very niche
Ocean
category of like this and this.
Jabostic here, side by side. Wars contact. They're really fighting for their lives right now. In the meantime...
sorry, where do you go?
Yeah, Jabostic. Oh, that's a deep send there, and is gonna lose him track position at least. Oh my god! Menup lost his car there, and he's out of the equation. I mean, it's a last lap, right? The only way Nitro's catching Fabian is Fabian gets a puncture. But if we look at pace, Fabian drove a 32.79 and Nitro drove a 32.75. So at this point he's not even a tenth quicker per lap.
Yeah. I'm going to get Fabian's stream up and see if he's got his face cam on.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, you can look at Tire Life probably as well if he has doing...
Okay, yeah. He has his... He's on 26 top left, 35 top right, 40 and 47. So he's...
chilling.
He's done well, but they are high wear on the rears. Nearly...
Yeah, but 40 is nothing, no?
No, but nearly 50% on the right rear, so...
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that is honestly out of nowhere. Fabian just backs the win here. I mean, I've said it in the beginning. It's the chance for people like Fabian or, well, I was saying Psycho, but Psycho did not really shine today. Fabian sure did.
Really happy. He is really happy.
Yeah. And Jabostic with a really, really good race here as well in P3 for the Haas. But yeah, Fabian pretty much, I don't know, it was just a very controlled drive to get that win here.
Honestly, really good drive from Fabian there. Really, really good drive from Fabian.
Yeah, and well, last man on track is probably the biggest L of the evening. Unfortunate for him here. EJ with the 2 crashes and requiring 2 front wing changes, far behind everybody else.
Leave.
Yep. Alright. Yeah, thank you for being here, and well, see you on track in a couple of minutes.
No worries at all.
So yeah, that's been Challenger tier. Let's see if we can actually look at the results again. Yeah, Fabian does own a phone. He's showing us. Yeah, cool phone. And well, he's standing on the top of that podium. I mean, at least they're not making us like watch the... like them having the football helmets on and everything, like custom podium celebrations would be wild, honestly. But yeah, Fabian, most overtakes, a race winner, and Ocean here with drive of the day and fastest lap. Everybody, oh no, that's not the team they're driving for, that's the team they support, right? I was like, bro, everybody's driving for McLaren, but none of these guys actually are. Well. Yeah, GG's to Fabian win. Here is the standings. And, fuck. I just rolled over one of my toes with my office chair. Well, we'll be right back. and it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. There we are. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Formula Sundays. It is Elite Tier time, right about now, and we are having ourselves a beautiful little session of Miami again. Session will start in 0 seconds, apparently. Somebody is still loading in. Gonna see about that. Here we are. Still missing 2 drivers, but they're gonna join in qualifying most likely. From what I can see here, conditions are similar, even though it is less cloudy than the Challenger tier qualifying. Around 11% chance for rain. And let me open my Discord real quick. Yeah, okay. So I can see if either Morpha or MQ still make it at some point. But for now, we're on board with Rapid, who seems to be being the first driver out on the track. Followed closely by Jimsky. So 16 drivers have checked in. We should be 17 if both of Morpha and MQ still make it around. I think MQ is joining mid-quali. He already said he was slightly late, so it's gonna be 16 at least. And then we have Nitro somewhere. Yeah, there. At his rival team from Challenger tier in the McLaren. Subbing in for Brandenburg today. Yeah. Other news, I think Fanta has a qualifying ban for impeding last week. And so he is not allowed to leave the pits, if anybody is wondering that. And yeah. Rapid is probably still on a no line. So he may or may not be. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Fanta already retired to not make any mistakes. But yeah, but Rapid here may or may not be in a slightly inferior pace to what we usually know of him. But yeah, no line is definitely an interesting thing that our top drivers are trying now. Makes it a lot harder to judge where you brake, where you go, and wherever. But now, let's have a Rapid's POV for our opening lap. Probably gonna be the time to be, very most likely. And the only thing that could happen here is traffic. I think, well, there's some sort of blue car ahead. Might be an Alpine. DRS activated as you do in qualifying. It is an Alpine even. ERS is almost empty. I mean, that tends to happen. The straights drain a lot of energy. You recharge a lot in the technical turns as well here. Kane here. Slightly too tight. Invalidates this lap here. Jimsky grinds the curb a little bit there. It's carried it a little bit too much to the inside, but I think salvages it pretty decently. He's gonna be the time to beat now. And after he's done his lap, we're gonna invite... I think it's MQ. Dreamer mode is like kinda messing me up here because it senses every letter after the first one in the names and they both start with M. But yeah, Jimsky pole lap provisional pole lap. Done. It seems to be MQ because Mofa is nowhere to be seen. Maybe he wakes up in the next 5 minutes or so. We're gonna see. Lauda, okay, Lauda has become a qualifying merchant for real. That's crazy. Bro's actually contesting for pole. But yeah, let's see. Kurze cooking. Cooking a P6 for now. It's just between Cherry and Yeast, so at least somewhat competitive time here. I was saying with Purple Sector 2. Going around that rather cleanly. Last 2 turns here, take this very inside, try to go as close to the wall as possible. And that nets him provisional pole here. Let's see, Jannemann should still be out on a hot lap. A little bit of locking up, but honestly kind of fine. That was a little bit less fine. A lot of sliding around on the exit. And going rather wide over the line as well. 26.9 is behind his former teammate. Honestly, behind his former teammates. Bro has teamed with like half the grid at this point. Marcian, Jimsky and Lauda, all teammates or former teammates of him, ahead of him right now. Let's see. Nitro is a little bit away from starting the next hot lap still. Kurze going into the pits. Rapid not too happy about the understeer in Sector 1. Understandably so, we've been on board with him. He got carried really far to the outside. And I think it was like the second turn of the entire combo here. I may have been third on the upcoming right-hander. Who ran very deep. Less deep than Speed Racer. He seems to have the understeer under control. He could have gone way wider there to take more speed though. But decent effort here regardless. Oh, that's a little bit late of a turn-in. Wall touch is also not generally recommended there. At least he nails the chicane there. It's just so tight to get back to the outside again here. But yeah, I guess decently managed by Speed Racer. And coming over the line. 7th position for now. A good bit off Jannemann there. The field's like relatively spread out for Elite standards right now, I think. Usually they are a little bit closer together at least. But then again, Miami is like a very versatile track where you can really, I think, use very different setups technically and have very different experiences of it. So Nitro, not too bad at this point. And personal best through here is not a big surprise. He drove a 26 flat in Challenger qualifying, but then again, I think there is a buff for 35% races. Here's a 27 flat, but that's still decent enough. I think Rapid is on another attempt. Oh, looking decent here. Yep, and that looked clean as well, so about 1.3 seconds out of Nitro at the Delta. So this might be a very sizable pole position, provisional pole lap here. I lost this car there. This probably cost him like 1 to 2 tenths there. It's still enough there, even with that time loss. He's 0.5 ahead of Hussein for now. Oh, Jimsky also dipping his toe into the 25s. A little bit much curb here for the last turn for Lauda. But he does get a very nice slipstream there. I wonder if that's intended. Probably. Yeah, Jannemann on the outlap. Very nicely timed. And let's see if that helps him for provisional pole here. No wheel spin on the exit. That is at least a tenth or so he gains on rapid with that turn alone. But how was the rest of the lap? Not good enough for now. It is P2. Jannemann then. Yeah, just now started his lap. He's not getting a toe. He completely missed turn 1 as well already. The rest of that first sector looked rather okay. Let's see the Delta. Wait, where is the Delta even? I think it's like... It might be at the 2 DRS detection points. Even though there's 3, but yeah. 0.1 down, so it's not looking like an improvement for him here. Marcian has probably improved last lap and is on an in lap. Hussein, however, also on non-ERS. Speed racer here? Oh, yeah, that is not the greatest start. Almost losing the car. It's looking a little bit better through that middle sector here. Not easy to navigate. Now coming onto, yeah, the straight, and there we have it. Sizable improvement. Could net him P8 as of now. Slight improvement, he could catch Jannemann there in P7 as well. But that would need a very good hairpin here. No wheel spin ideally. And that looks honestly rather decent. Coming over the line now. And he does, in fact, just about catch Jannemann there. Who is on an in-lap, I would assume. Given that he has no fuel. Yep. 4 minutes left. Let's look at Theo a little bit here, I think. Someone who we have barely spectated at all. Whoop. just opening League Racing Tools on top of. Some other windows on the other side. So yeah. Not looking too bad for Theo here at all. He's really getting to the edge of the circuit. Squeezing out the maximum amount of space legally allowed. To get some good pace going. He is currently catching Marslian with that improvement already. It's just a little bit more for... for the next few positions. That little bit more is the hardest bit to get. And yeah, he abandons the lap. Not the greatest middle sector. Let's see, Nitro is out there. And we don't see a delta at all, but this could be decent, I guess. He's finishing the lap at least. 27 flat, 5 thousandth. Yeah, not the improvement he was hoping for, most likely. Cherry slightly down on his lap time. Oh, that's a little wall touch. And an invalid lap as such. Slight slipstream here from Hussein for Kurtzer. Kurtzer, a lot of room for improvement still as well. Especially for a driver of his caliber. I mean, of course, he did not drive much F1 at all recently. But glad to have him back this season. Qualifying pace has not quite been up there yet. I think race pace has been looking a little bit better for him so far this year. And over the line, 0.7 improvement. It's just about sniping Nitro. Those 5,000th were not good enough to stay ahead of Kurtzer there. Let's see, Rapid just starting his hot lap, but we've seen 2 already. Let's watch Jimsky instead, who's also at the very beginning of a hot lap. I'm taking that reasonably well. Slightly missing the apex, but that's not too bad there. As long as you carry a lot of speed around that turn. How is your elite doppelganger doing? Who is your elite doppelganger? Who are we rooting for here? Is there another Fabian? Marslian, okay. Well, currently he's doing okay, I think. He's not too unhappy with P5, most likely. Rapid just smashed his lap time again. Let's see if Jimsky can do anything here, but nope, it's gonna be P2 and nothing more. Lauda, I could still be cooking. I doubt it's gonna be enough for Rapid, but he may get Jimsky with this. Jannemann waiting there for the slipstream. I think that was a little bit poorly timed. Could have gotten more out of this one. Better than nothing, most likely. Ay. Nah, that's not better than anything, unfortunately. So, Speed Racer. Oh, 0.4 improvement for Speed Racer in the cards here. Even though he only needs 0.04 for anything here, because he's not gonna catch Theo regardless here. But yeah, he's gotten that 0.04. And in the end, this is our grid. Rapid Jimsky on the front row, Lauda this time round, sharing the second row with Marcellian. Hussein only managing P5 here, is just barely beaten out by Marcellian. And then I think we had Theo in P6 already. And the man we're spectating right now, coming up after in 7th. So, a rapid, yeah, I already went through the top, guys. So let's look further down. Bats, 8th position, out qualifying Jannemann. Honestly, a pretty decent lap here, most likely. Kingsman, Yeast, very short behind. These four super close together. And Kurtz is not much behind neither. Neither is Nitro. This midfield is packed, honestly. Only one not really getting their lap together was Cherry there, with 0.6 behind everybody else. And of course Fanta, who wasn't allowed to get his lap together. But that is promising for the midfield, I'd say. Everybody seems to be relatively close together. So, let's get back into the live timing. I'm curious. So my forecast... Okay, no, my forecast is disconnected apparently. But if I can believe this, the weather forecast is 50% wet. We're pretty similar placed in the championship, both P4 in Australia, both P5 in Mexico. So, oh, okay. You're saying Marcellian win this time. Okay, might be. Wet race may help. I'm not sure if my league racing tools are just scamming me right now. Well, we're gonna find out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is not accurate yet. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Ah, yeah. Well, we're waiting for everybody to set their strategy, of course. This is gonna take a little bit longer, but shouldn't take too much longer, honestly. I feel like 30 seconds are well past now. Ah. And, yeah, surely, any second, we're gonna get into the formation lap. Oh, well, it took all the restraint, but honestly, like, now that we're having a little bit of empty time, and I have not spoken about it at all, what a day today for the GOAT. My man has finally gotten that podium. I mean, I've seen, like, the reaction in the Formula Sundays IRL chat was like 200 messages alone just for that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's great. It's fucking great. Okay, so I have data for some drivers actually. I'm just not gonna tell for who, because I don't know. As long as I have the data, it's cool, but if they don't want to leak stuff, they're gonna turn it off. But basically, data I have here is, it's dry, big surprise. 5% rain forecast right now. And people are racing with between 51 and 53 liters of fuel. Like you said on stream, 2 Germans in green shitboxes are cooking today. Yeah, the The Aston is not that bad. Stroll got in P6 or so somehow, right? And it's Stroll, right? Like, surely the GOAT of Challenger can cook a P1 in the Aston then. But yeah, fair enough. Yeast and Kingsman coming together. And, well, we'll be waiting for everybody else on the grid then. A lot of medium runners. If I can believe Jimsky at all, but, like, honestly, I'm not sure if I can, because his predictions about Fabian pitting were, like, pretty fraudulent. But let's say he is correct. If that is so, Tower is a real bitch around here. And we may see 2 stoppers. Well, bats can't park. Unfortunate. But unimportant, ultimately, as we're looking at the lights here. They are, in fact, on. Oh my god, and Hussein did just jumpstart. And so did Lauda, honestly. Probably jump scared by the jump start. And Hussein coming together with Theo. 2 jump starts. It's been a while since we've had that, honestly. Yeah, drive-thrus have been handed to the corresponding drivers, and Hussein even loses a position here on his hard tire. Gonna go all the way down to the back. A really unfortunate mistake for him here. So net leaders are now Rapid Jimsky in front of Theo and Marcellian. Further down, Nitro has lost a lot of positions. But he's also on hards, whereas everybody else is on mediums. So, yeah, the Challenger tier standing here. That's not really having the very best opening lap. Cherry having a look at Kurtzer here. Not getting past there, touching a little bit of wall. This is what killed Herbie in Challenger tier. And so far everybody stays relatively close together. Hussein, of course, gonna rip a little hole in that when he comes into the pits. I wonder when they do their drive-through. Hussein is going now, and Lauda as well. Both of them with the jump starts, of course. I was wondering if it would make sense for Lauda to maybe like block for Jannemann, but there's so much between these two, so yeah. I don't think it would have made much sense. Theo is in a good spot here. If he can follow with the Top Guns here, he may have realistic chances further down the line. As I feel like he has the skills to bag a race win in Delft. Okay, I have some tire wear statistics here, which I will probably look at after a full lap, because that's most likely saying more than yeah, just looking at it mid-lap. The tire wear is going up very fast indeed. Kingsman here, going up speed races rear very fast. It's got the DRS now. It's gonna fly past, no issue at all. Apart from that absolutely drained battery though. That is a thing. Okay, Speed Racer jump scare. That is crazy to go for that. Okay, so let's look at the tire wears again as they have driven a lap. It seems like there's about 9% per lap for the mediums and about 5% per lap on the hards. And yeah, that would make the mediums pretty much dead after 9 to 10 laps. And the hards, well, they are probably drivable for just about 15 laps before it gets like really, really bad. So it is extremely likely going to be a 2-stopper. Probably something along the lines of, or you ideally want to do like 7 laps on the mediums, maybe 8. And then, yeah, the last bit, whatever it is, on hards, I guess. Probably have to do 8 laps mediums, honestly. 16, and then 13 laps on hards. 13 times 5 is 65%. Yeah. Otherwise it's gonna get like really close. Tire wear going down a little bit. I guess they work faster when they're fresh. So roughly 25% after 3 laps on the mediums. But that still means they are not gonna last a lot longer than 6 laps for being good, and I think after 50% they are really dropping off in pace. So yeah, that's gonna be tough. Jannemann has overtaken Kingsman there into turn 1 before. Let's jump back into the pack here. I mean, Hussein and Lauda are not even super far behind the field with their drive-through. Of course, like, they are last and not first and fourth anymore. But yeah, it's not like they're entirely out of the race. There's probably still points to be had for them. Pit lane here also not super long, if I'm not mistaken, right? I feel like it goes rather quickly. Rapid into P1. Let's jump back here to this. The squad. Nobody's overtaken here. Instead, Kingsman passed Jannemann. And further down, the 2 jump starters here. Swapping positions as well. And Kingsman has been re-overtaken by Jannemann. What? Yeah, there's a lot of side-by-side going on here. A little bit of wheel banging there between Yeast and Speed Racer. And Yeast has to ultimately back out for the sake of not losing his car. Fanta all over Batz's rear. Was very close there for a second. A little bit too close, maybe. Oh, Cherry and Fanta. Vastly different lines, and Nitro's just slipping through as well. Cherry's just getting overtaken by absolutely everybody. And further up, Jimsky and Rapid have swapped positions as well. Hussein. That's not gonna be enough to also go past Fanta yet. Tire check. Mediums around 38%. And hards at 20%. Oh, a little bit of contact here. But they're almost losing it. I mean, Hussein is just flying through. It's kind of crazy. He's just swimming past them as if it was nothing. I think Bats is going to be next to fall here. Okay, actually. Just makes him go deep here. Tries to hold position here on the inside now. He does successfully do. It's a long right-hand corner, so I doubt... Yeah, Bats not in position anymore. He even loses out to Kurtzer on the way as well. I think Hussein is probably gonna catch the next one. Speed Racer here. It might be close. He was briefly not within a second to Yeast. He may not have DRS. Could be big for Hussein. Either way, he's gaining quite some ground. Lauda and Bats here, from the POV of Nitro. Bats staying ahead for now. Lauda is gonna have to try again on the main straight here, or rather on the back straight. Yeah, Jimsky and Rapid pretty much going together, but I think Marcian here has had some sort of coming together with, probably with Theo, honestly. I don't think this was an incident all by themselves here. Jannemann and Kingsman coming into the pits. If we can believe what I have guesstimated here. Also Speed Racer must have had some sort of incident right here. But the mediums should be around 50% somewhere. So it's probably a valid point to pit at this point. Jannemann going for mediums again, so he went into lap 7. So after 6 laps, so he will go at lap 13 again. Then he's gonna have to drive 17 laps on hards. That's kinda crazy, honestly, if you ask me. Not sure if medium hard is not the better strat if you have several sets of hards. Hussein made it all the way back to P7 for now. But then again, I think some people pitted already. Yeah, Jannemann and Kingsman, namely. And Fanta even. And that is another nice drive by Hussein here. More and more medium runners going into the pits. Rapid now on fresh hards. Jimsky staying out for an extra lap. Yeah, I mean, the mediums should be around like the mid 50s now. Late 50s. Gonna be real bad real soon. Hards are probably around the 30% still. So these can actually go 16 laps, most likely, I think. Gonna be a bit tight, but it's like, I think mediums is 8% in like regular race, not start of the race of course, or formation lap included. That probably inflated my earlier guess per lap. And then the hards are about twice as durable, so like 4% per lap. Oh, Speed Racer will drift over the curb here. Let's jump up to Cherry, there might be action coming. Everybody is behind Bats right now in the DRS train. Jimsky and Theo come into the pits. Marcian 10 seconds time penalty speeding in the pit lane. I am pretty certain the Marcian Fabian parallel is gonna end today. Oh my god. Well, Cherry took his front wing off, I guess, real quick. Let's hope for him that they can replace that. It doesn't look like it. That's pain. So Rapids actually big time ahead of Jimsky now. It's now just ahead of Hussein again. Yeah, I'm curious what the strategy actually is. How long you can go on the hards. I guess we're gonna see with Kurtzy here, right? He's probably like the best representative for driving on hards there. Or at least I think he's the quicker one of Nitro and himself still going. I mean Hussein of course as well, honestly. But Hussein has been driving through the field like crazy. Wouldn't be surprised if his tires were actually like way worse right now. Cherry, 3-second time penalty for corner cutting as well. So that's in addition to his front wing issue, I guess. Boy. Let's look here. There's a whole bunch of cars in one place. 3 wide into turn 1. And there is contact, unsurprisingly so. Yeah, Theo here is really struggling here. Would love to get through that. Looked like he could just drive through the middle of all of them real quick for a second, but right now he's trying to go around the outside. It's not really left any room. Time round though. Good exit. ERS engaged. Now DRS is coming as well, but he has no more battery, so not sure if that was the play to go for the move so early. It's a little bit of a lunge, but honestly it's fine, I think. And that puts him past Nitro. And able to follow Kingsman. Though for Theo this was like not worth big time. Jannemann and Kingsman were like 5 seconds behind him, I think. And now they're ahead. That is kind of crazy. And oh, Nitro here. Wow. Kurtzer and Marcellian there fighting for their lives. Seems like Marcellian gets the better end of it. Yeast finally in the pits, last medium runner to do so. One Nitro losing a position to MQ as well, who's now on fresh mediums as well. Further down there were some positional changes briefly. Kingsman gets a time penalty for corner cutting most likely. Let's jump back to Theo, I think. Probably gonna put some pressure up on these two. I really wonder where Hussein is going with his strategy now. He's made it back to the top, of course, but he's a pit stop behind, technically speaking. I doubt one stop is a thing. Oh, Theo and Jannemann there coming together. That lost Jannemann quite a big amount of time, honestly. A little bit ambitious maybe to go side by side through there. Theo given position back only to retake it. Of course, do that strategically, as someone once said. Hussein pitting after 10 laps, 12 laps, I guess. Or rather 11 driven laps. So, he's going for mediums, I think, given there's little alternative. And that's gonna be really tight, honestly. The only one who we've even seen drive 9 laps on mediums is Yeast, and he's not really come out in a great spot now. And I think Hussein needs to drive 2 stints of 9 lap mediums. That's not gonna be super easy. Kurtz into the pits now as well though, so maybe that's the strat. Now on mediums again, and yeah. some position changes happening around here. Theo now past Yaneman. Further up we have Kingsman fighting Marcellian, or rather, well, Marcellian having fought his way past this little group. Staying ahead even, so not to losing the position to Kingsman again. Could look at Lauda, who's not really gonna overtake anyone really. I was like, oh, he is on fresh mediums, but I looked in the wrong row. Further down here, still a little mix of tires and, well, the drivers, of course. Over here, I think Theo's likely gonna get Kingsman here. Oh, once more. A little bit of an aggressive move, but I think that is within the lines. Now he's going to chase after Marcian to get his P3 back. So, looking further down here. Oh, East briefly looked like he spun there, but that was an optical illusion in my brain most likely. Well, let's look at some of these lap times really. Marcian is lapping... okay, well, the last lap was a second slower than the top runners. Beforehand, he drove half a second faster per lap, though. So defending is really taking a little bit of a toll there on him. Top two currently running 30.9s. And, well, everybody else... So running a good bit slower. Fanta's last lap was actually a... wait, what? 31.2, so he's only 0.3 slower than the top runners. Hussein is lapping 29.4. So he is 1.5 seconds quicker than anybody else. Like, than the top runners, and I think like about 2.5 seconds quicker than anybody else. On the freshest tire, of course, and arguably the best pace driver on the freshest tires. But Kurtzer lapping 30.8 and Nitro lapping 30.7 as well. So they are definitely speeding with their newly found tires as well. Now, Theo has not made it past Marcellian yet, but at least the two of them have dropped Yaneman and Kingsman. But actually, they might be joined by Hussein soon, because I doubt Hussein is going to take long to get past these two. So Hussein, well, still up to 30.5, so half a second quicker than anybody else with traffic last lap. And so, yeah, almost 2.5 seconds quicker than these two guys here. And I feel like at the latest on the straight, this is going to be it for Kingsman. Theo and Marcian are lapping a good bit quicker, so it may take Hussein like 2 or 3 laps to get to them. But yeah, looking at his pace right now, he will for sure get to them at some point. And there is finally the overtake for Theo. And Hussein is through and flying again as well. Fastest lap is actually currently still in the hands of Jimsky with a 29.4. Obviously, Hussein is not going to gain much on the straights because the guys ahead can give each other DRS. But in these turns where they go side by side, Hussein just gained half a second in that left-hander alone. And now he's, I think, yeah, 1.2 seconds is for sure enough to benefit from the slipstream of the car ahead. Even though he does not have DRS, this is going to gain him time passively already. So I assume next lap or so, he's going to be there. He's going to be fighting with him. He needs to go 9 laps, I said, I think. Yeah. 5 more laps. Yeah. Checks out. Kingsman 10-second time penalty as well, so we're ruining our race out here, right? Hard tire again for him. So do Fanta and Jannemann get one. I mean, Hussein could honestly pit for hard if he has another hard in the end as well. Would make it a little bit easier to accomplish getting over the line that way. He could pit in like the next lap or so. Put some pressure on the others as well. There's not super much traffic behind him. I think he would probably come out ahead of Kurzer. Alright, with Yeast and Speed Racer banging wheels a little bit there. Kurzer and Kingsman. Oh, and rapid pitting. Only 9 laps on the hards. That's kinda early, no? New hards for him, new hards for Jimsky. So apparently he was on similar tire wear. Maybe tire wear gets worse as the race gets on, and like these tires were already way inferior to what I thought they would have. Oh my god! And Hussein and Marslian kind of killed themselves here. Not sure what that was really. That was just a very avoidable incident, to call it that way. Now, Rapid is just very clear of Jimsky right now. And Theo coming out between these two certainly helped him as well. And Hussein and Marslian, the next contenders, taking each other out here, probably helped as well. East and Speed Racer, now all the way over the back of Marslian. Well, I mean, Speed Racer is having some sense for sure. Yeah, I don't know. He should work in the post office or something. He's been sending it everywhere here. Not really afraid of contact much. At least from the 2-3 moves that I've seen. Well, Jannemann already passed Kurzer, and so is Kingsman. So Fanta of the 3 here left out a little bit. Speed Racer here. Past Marcian, but Marcian goes pit anyways. And Hussein is also in, probably getting fresh hards. Nope, fresh mediums, okay. That's interesting. That's gonna be tough to bring them to the end. Is Kurzer coming in as well? Nope. 7 laps on his mediums. Wait, what did I say? Like 8% is realistic? 56%? Nah, that would be a lot already. Yeah, Speed Racer and Theo also on relatively old hards here. I wonder how much longer they're going, if they are going for another set of hards. If they're going mediums, I guess they're gonna have to take 2-3 more laps, maybe. East here past Speed Racer. Has the tire advantage, of course. Ever so slightly. Jimsky looks like he's gaining on Rapid. Let me see their last lap times. 142.7 for Rapid. Okay, and 130 for Jimsky it was before, but yeah, that was probably their pit laps. This time around though, Rapid with a 129.6 and Jimsky 129.1. So half a second gain for Jimsky, fastest lap for Jimsky with that as well. Well, I don't know. Formula Sundays, Max Verstappen doesn't exist. He can't hurt you. Speed Racer. So, Banta has MQ out of him. Looked like it was possible to overtake him briefly there. They're probably being held up by Speed Racer quite a bit. I can imagine these 11 lap old tires aren't too great anymore. Yeah, but I mean, man is just not braking. This works when there's another car to turn you around, I guess. But in that moment, he just went straight on. It probably has to respect his tire age a little bit better. It does genuinely look like he's just overestimating the braking that he has every single turn. Theo into the pits. And Lauda with a clean move here, I think. Kurtz into the pits as well, so fresh mediums for Theo and probably for Kurtz as well. Hussein fastest lap. Yeah, not the biggest surprise, I guess. He's fighting with Bats right now. I do think, yeah, that should be kind of clearly in favor of the fresh medium. Oh, Massa ended up a whole way further down as well after the pits. Also on the hard tire, I guess. Wait. Did Speed Racer pit to the wrong tires? Does he not... Has he not taken another set of mediums? Well, that's pain. Because he was on hards for sure before, right? I'm not tripping, right? Oh boy. Yay. I'm not even sure who caused that, but that was definitely one of the fights of all time. Dude, I'm relating more and more to the German Sky commentators who are just like doing the oi whenever something happens. It's such a roller coaster. Lauda. Yeah, goes past East here, no biggie. Oh, dude, this top 5 is so wild. Lauda with the drive-through, Jannemann with the pace being absolutely nowhere in quali. I mean, he's 28 seconds behind the top runners. Fanta gets a 3-second time penalty. But he's also started last and is now 5th. My ears suddenly decided to open up again. I don't know if you guys have this, but I have this, like, when I lay weird or when I shower weird or so, my left ear is just closing and I can hear barely anything from there. And then every now and then it just opens again. And all of a sudden you can hear. It's a very weird sensation. Regardless. Enough of Dumato's medical files. Back to... Ay. Lauda is playing with fire, for sure. Now to fresh softs. Yeah, I mean, I guess you have to, right? You have no hard. You have no medium. What you doing? Like, these mediums must have been at like 70% or so. They were driven 9 laps or something. Yeah, if we say 8% per lap, 70% for that medium pair will, like... Quartered, yeah, was realistic. Set, let's phrase it like that. Man, English is a weird language. Jimsky is still gaining, less so than before, but he is. Last lap was a 30.2 against a 30.3, and the lap before was a 30.6 by Rapid against a 30.3 for Jimsky. So, yeah. Ever so slowly, he's getting closer and into striking distance. They have the exact same tires. Yeast into the pits, is not making it to the end apparently. Soft tires for him though, so he may cook a little bit. We'll see. Overtaken by Kurtzer now as well though. At least he's not gonna fall behind Marcellian again. Yeah, who has had a little bit of a forgettable weekend here. 2 incidents, speeding the pit lane. Both hurt him greatly. And there's another time penalty for him, as if it wasn't enough. Fanta is sliding around here ahead of Lauda, who's just patiently waiting. I mean, he knows Fanta has a penalty, so he does not need to take action right now. It's rather got to care about what's behind him. Theo there. Fresh mediums. Out there for vengeance. So, last lap. Rapid 30.3, Jimsky 30.4, so a 10th gained back by the leading car right now. Well, looked like Fanta and Lauda were coming together there in turn 1. Not entirely sure about it though. But Lauda is clear of the Williams for now. I mean, Fanta will probably get 6th there if everything goes as planned. Actually, probably 7th, because I feel like Hussein can cook still on these mediums. Yeah, Rapid has kinda picked up the pace again. Jimsky must have made some sort of... Oh no, his fastest lap is just better. Yeah, this is a little bit confusing in the tool. Honestly, it gives you sector deltas of each driver's fastest lap, and Jimsky is just 0.7 behind, or like an entire second in sector 2, but he probably had DRS in his fastest lap. He lost about 1.5 tenths last lap again though, as the Alpines here. No team orders here. Fight to the death, guys. You don't need the points anyways. Hussein is definitely not enjoying his time here with the 7-lap-old mediums. There's 3 more laps to go for him, and he needs to catch a second to Fanta for that P6. I doubt he's gonna get passed on track, honestly. The only fight that is still on here for track position is most likely Theo, Lauda, and Jannemann. But then again, we assume the mediums are just dropping off somewhere around now. Theo is not gonna have the tire advantage for much longer. Jimsky is gaining back again a little bit. Let's see. 8.7 for Rapid and a 7.2 for Jimsky. So it's 1.5 tenths gained back by the Ferrari. It's only like 3 more laps here. So it's, even if he catches, it's gonna be like really tough to overtake. Alpine's swapping on the DRS. That's, I think, what you're supposed to do if you're doing like teamwork. So you can pull each other like ahead. And the distance for the car behind to overtake one of your cars is like way bigger, because distance is the car that starts the straight before the other car. Oh man, Marcian didn't have much luck today. To be fair, well, I'd have to see the incident again, but there's no excuse for getting a 10-second time penalty for speeding the pits. Like, in theory, Jimsky and Rapid is still on as well. Yeah, that is very true. Honestly, it might come true here. Jimsky seems to be zooming. Rapid had a really bad sector 1. I wonder if his tires are just giving out a little bit more than Jimsky's. It would be really cool if I saw everybody's tire percentages here. But yeah, lap time, yeah, tells a story, I guess. It's 1:31.3 by Rapid, so half a second slower than his last lap even. And Jimsky with 1:30.8, so he's losing out way less. It's 2 more laps only though, so like, there's not going to be many chances. Theo now passed Jannemann here. Or is he? Goes wide there. We see a little piece of the Alpine nose. And Theo there losing control on the exit has cost him a usable exit here. Oh yeah, Hussein is actually gaining to Fanta, which is also kind of crazy. I did not think his 9-lap-old mediums would still be holding on so well. For now, I think let's look at this little 1v1 we got going here. Jimsky risking it all over the chicane to be within a second, but I don't think he's made it. Yeah, no, that's not gonna be DRS for Jimsky. Yeah, all of his battery depleted. He has the slipstream, of course. Rapid 35%. He definitely has the advantage. He can defend if necessary. But DRS is now live for Jimsky. This is crucial for him. And Theo has dropped out of the DRS of Jannemann, so the Alpines are pretty much safely through. Oh, no, he's back in. Sector 2 yellow flag. There is a McLaren who has spun. That is Butts. Pretty much identical lap times by Rapid and Jimsky last lap. I feel like this is going to tell a different story. Jimsky probably saving up all of his ERS here as well. Just taking the DRS to gain and to drain Rapid, of course. But Rapid are 35 to 33%. They are basically even. It's all about... Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, that's legal, sure. Probably a warning, but if Jimsky drove clean otherwise, that's not gonna matter too much. Rapid weaving to the side, trying to break the slipstream. ERS is coming up right now. ERS is in full swing here for Jimsky. But so for Rapid, honestly, can he stop his car? Braking hard into the apex. The switchbacks coming out by Rapid. Overtake activated. But it is going to be Rapid finishing first there. Nail-biting finish between Jimsky and him. Now it's just to settle who gets on the podium and who's not. Jannemann and Lauda and Theo's technically still there as well, but I think he's too far back. So is Jannemann there. Lauda just drove the better Sector 2 there. And I think that secures him the podium even after drive-through penalty for the jump start that himself and Hussein suffered from. So yeah, nice drive by him. Hussein is not going to take it on track neither, but he's going to go to P... Oh, actually, yeah, P5 even. He gets Theo as well, who got a time penalty in the last lap, if I saw that correctly. And who has left the session, and thus will be passed down the order. Oh, I was not ready for that. McLaren battle, maybe? Nope. Bats is not having it anymore, and with it I mean tires. Oh wait, yeah, Nitro with a 10-second time penalty though, so maybe Bats still finishes ahead. Nope. With that crash, he does not. Very last car out there. He's coming over the line as well. Driving a tank apparently, because that did not break anything. So, yeah, that is the race there. Rapid salvaging that race, coming over the line. And Lauda, honestly, big recovery drive there. Coming all the way from, yeah, last at some point. I think after lap 2. To get third in the very end. Very nice drive by him. Jannemann P4, I think he's not going to be too upset about that one either. It's a decent finish. Hussein recovering to 5th as well in the very end. Yeah. Then we have, I think, technically there is Theo, MQ, Fanta, Yeast, and Kurtz on the last point finishing position. I'm gonna have to fix that later. We're gonna have to see. Yeah, Satch for Jimsky. I feel you. It is what it is. Fanta. Driver of the day here. Most overtakes as well. Fastest lap Hussein in the very end. Yes, he must have had that in like one of the very last laps, I think. Yeah, Rapid ultimately with a win, of course, as we're used to see it. Yeah, that's been Formula Fun Days. Yeah, it's also Formula Fun Days. But Formula Sundays for you, everybody. Thank you all for being here. And, well, see you next week when we go sprinting, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly check again where that is. Montreal, yeah, Canada, sprint race. That's gonna be fire. So, yeah, make sure to check back in then. And till then. And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays.